You haven't had me on one of your records.
Yes, I have.
That would be
No, I was on your record.
and you were on my record.
No, I was on your record, and you were on my record. Blake Shelton has never been afraid to speak his mind, but his latest admission about Kelly Clarkson has left fans absolutely stunned. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a playful jab. It was a truth that nobody saw coming. For years, people have watched their fiery battles on The Voice, never realizing what Blake was holding back. Now, the country superstar's confession has flipped the history upside down, shaking the fan community and sparking endless debates online. The words were simple, but their impact was massive. And the big question remains, why did Blake finally say it no? Kelly Clarkson's sweet return and playful moments at The Voice finale. The 2017 season of The Voice ended with a memorable finale that excited fans. The finale was energetic, featured powerful music, and included special guests, making it one of the most thrilling finals in recent years. The highlight of the night was seeing two popular former coaches, Blake Shelton and Kelly Clarkson, return to the stage to perform their new songs. This made the finale feel even more special. Many viewers were excited not just to hear the new songs, but also to witness the old chemistry between the performers. The fun competition between Kelly and Blake was a memorable part of the show, but unfortunately it did not happen on stage this time. However, Kelly still found a way to recreate that banter with a small gesture, making the finale more heartfelt and special for everyone. Kelly Clarkson shared her journey back to the West Coast, including the emotions she felt while performing her new single, "Where Have You Been?" In a video on Instagram, fans could see her returning to a place where she had spent many years. Clarkson had spent 9 seasons on The Voice from 2018 to 2023, so her return held special significance for her. The video was heartwarming and enjoyable. It featured Kelly preparing for a significant event, putting on a beautiful black sequin pantsuit. What made her outfit stand out were the feathered wings hanging from her sleeves, creating a glamorous and dramatic appearance. Her feelings were clear as she expressed how difficult it was to describe the emotions of returning to a place that had played such a significant role in her life. It felt like all the memories from past seasons, the contestants she mentored, and the connections she made flooded back to her in an instant. However, the most exciting moment for fans was still to come. Kelly noticed Blake Shelton's iconic chair as she walked through the studio. This chair had been his spot on the show for many years, and fans were accustomed to seeing him spin around in it with his cowboy charm. Kelly, being playful, couldn't resist the urge to sit in the chair herself. Holding a coffee cup, she sat in the chair and appeared to be thrilled, as if she had temporarily claimed his throne. The moment captured Kelly's classic personality, sweet, playful, and enjoyable. It was not intended to offend anyone, especially Adam Levine, who also has a strong connection to that chair. Adam himself has made jokes about it being Blake's previous spot. Fans watching found it amusing and felt a sense of nostalgia. It reminded them of the old days when Kelly and Blake often teased each other on live television. Some viewers felt disappointed that the reunion between Kelly, Blake, and Adam did not happen on stage as they had expected. They missed the playful interaction between the trio. However, the finale did not completely rule out the possibility of Blake and Adam teaming up again, as Carson Daly hinted at it, keeping the audience intrigued. It is unclear if the reunion will happen in the future. Blake Shelton appears happy to have taken a break from the show, and it seems unlikely he will return soon. Kelly Clarkson, however, continues to be popular in the spotlight. There have been talks about possible career changes for her, including rumors about the future of her daytime talk show, but nothing has been confirmed yet. If she does make changes, she may have the opportunity to be a coach again in Los Angeles. Fans will have to wait and see for now. The upcoming season 28 of The Voice will have a new look, as none of the original judges, Blake Shelton, Kelly Clarkson, or Adam Levine, will be returning this fall. Michael Bublé will be joining the panel to compete against Niall Horan, who has won twice. Reba McEntire and Snoop Dogg will also be new judges, bringing a mix of personalities and talent that will surely bring surprises. Blake's sweet music battle. The Voice has always showcased talent, surprises, and unforgettable moments. Sometimes it's not just the contestants who stand out, but also the coaches. This was the case when Blake Shelton and Kelly Clarkson engaged in a playful yet serious debate that had fans talking long after the auditions ended. The moment that stood out was when Mandy Castillo auditioned with the song AI. Her voice caught the attention of the coaches right away. After her performance, the coaches shared their thoughts. Blake Shelton, known for his humor, seemed serious this time. He praised Mandy's singing and mentioned hearing a hint of country in her song. Kelly Clarkson is known for always correcting Blake when he says something wrong. This time she corrected him by saying the instrument was a violin, not a fiddle. Usually Blake would laugh it off, but this time he insisted both were the same. Kelly, however, stood by her point and said playing the violin made it different from a fiddle. It turned into a playful conversation between Blake and Kelly, filled with teasing like siblings. Fans enjoy this banter. The crowd laughed as Mandy found herself in the middle of the friendly dispute between the two music stars. Blake not only praised Mandy's voice again, but also insisted that a fiddle and a violin are identical. This was his way of continuing their debate. When everyone thought the debate was over, Nick Jonas, a new coach, decided to end it. He looked up the answer on his phone and found that a violin can sometimes be called a fiddle. This discovery added to the fun, with Kelly amused and Blake more determined to prove his point. Behind the scenes, Blake was not finished yet. In an interview without the cameras, he repeated his explanation. He said that if a person went to a music store to buy a fiddle, they would be shown violins. He believed there was no distinction between the two, and he insisted that was the truth. So, where's the truth? In technical terms, Blake was right. A fiddle and a violin are essentially the same musical instrument. The distinction lies not in the instrument itself, but in the type of music being performed. When playing classical or formal music, it is typically referred to as a violin. In folk or country music, it is often called a fiddle. It is more about the style of music and sound rather than the materials used to make the instrument. Fans on social media quickly shared their opinions. Some agreed with Blake, noting that his explanation was common among musicians. Others sided with Kelly, empathizing with her, feeling that playing the violin was different from playing in the fiddle style. Each of them had valid points, adding to the entertainment of the moment. This brief argument between the two wasn't exactly about who was correct. It was more about their connection, sense of fun, and how they liven up the voice. Blake and Kelly have a knack for turning any little disagreement into a memorable moment. Their banter made the episode more enjoyable and gave viewers another reason to be happy. Her radiant smile in the pictures reflected the joy she felt after a tough time. This night was not just a concert, but a way to mark progress and positivity. In August, Blake's Friends and Heroes Tour started in Omaha, Nebraska, featuring country legends Tracy Byrd, Martina McBride, Trace Atkins, and Lynn C.L. The tour went all over the country and finished in October in Huntsville, Connecticut. Denver was one of the stops on the tour, and for Kelly, it was a night she would always remember. Kelly, who is known for her support of other artists, posted pictures from the show to encourage Blake and the other performers. She uploaded a photo of Tracy Byrd performing on stage and expressed her excitement with a light-hearted caption. Tracy held a special place in her heart because she had previously performed one of his popular songs, The Keeper of the Stars, with her band on her talk show. Watching him perform live made Kelly feel ecstatic and she shared her joy with her followers. She also caught Blake during his performance, proudly labeling him the Prince of Country while commending his amazing song selection. She maintained a light-hearted energy with her typical humor, using fun emojis in her social media posts. Her playful nature surfaced again when she jokingly mentioned Tophins that George Strait was still the ultimate king of country music in her opinion. Just a few days earlier, she had gone to George Strait's concert in Las Vegas with her friends, calling him the best artist of all time. This was her way of keeping things lively while also expressing her admiration for Blake. Before entering the Denver concert, Kelly got her fans excited by posting on her Instagram story. She expressed her enthusiasm, referring to Blake as a close friend, and indicated she was prepared to have a good time. She believed the event was not just about music, but also about enjoying life and proving that despite past sadness, she was ready to be happy again. The most unexpected moment of the evening happened when Kelly joined Blake on stage. They performed his popular song Lonely Tonight, which had been a chart topper in the country music genre. The crowd cheered as the two celebrities sang together in perfect harmony. It was a touching display of friendship, music, and camaraderie that will stay with fans even after the tour is over. Despite the fame and support, Kelly's private life was still being watched by the public. Her high-profile divorce with Brandon Blackstock was still being talked about in the news. There were rumors that Blake had recently ended his professional relationship with Brandon, who had managed him for a long time. This move was reportedly made during Brandon's breakup with Kelly, showing another change in their close relationships. During the court proceedings, Brandon talked about his future goals. He mentioned that he desired to give up his career in entertainment and live as a full-time rancher in Montana. Brandon stated his commitment to ranching and obtaining sponsorships for rodeo events, indicating that he did not plan to go back to managing musicians. The judges presiding over the case took notice of Ophie's statement, highlighting that he spent very little time with his current clients. His words described a man who was transitioning from one lifestyle to another. At the same time, Kelly was making plans for the future in her way. It was reported that she was prepared to sell the Montana ranch she owned, which had become a cause of conflict during her divorce. The estate, worth millions, had been in Brandon's possession, even as the legal battle continued. Kelly Saturnies advocated for permission to sell the ranch despite opposition from Brandon's legal team. Since the prenuptial agreement had not been settled, the decision was still up in the air. However, people close to Kelly indicated that she was determined to move forward and not allow the property to hinder her progress. The difference between Kelly and Brandon's choices was very clear. Brandon wanted a peaceful life on the ranch, while Kelly was busy performing on stage, spending time with friends, and focusing on her music and career. She believed in moving forward with happiness, determination, and the love for music that she had since she was young. Her victory in court was not the only reason for her celebration, a celebration of freedom and strength. The studio was filled with laughter and cheers when Kelly Clarkson, a beloved singer, received good news. The judge had ruled in her favor in the ongoing legal battle with her ex-husband, upholding their prenuptial agreement. This decision felt like a bright ray of sunshine piercing through the storm clouds that had been hanging over her for months. It was more than just a legal victory. It was a relief, an opportunity to move forward, and a signal that she could start finding happiness again. While on the set of The Voice, she received the news. Surrounded by cameras, lights, and the energy of filming, she felt overwhelming joy upon seeing the message from her lawyers. Unable to contain her emotions, she let out a loud scream of happiness filled with relief and triumph. Immediately, her fellow coaches Blake Shelton and Ariana Grande shared in her excitement. Together, they celebrated, their laughter reverberating like music throughout the stage. It was not just a minor victory, but a significant milestone in her journey. Kelly Saturnies verified that her prenuptial agreement was valid, allowing her to keep the wealth and possessions she had earned through her hard work in her career. She had dedicated years to music, live shows, and television. And now she could feel at peace knowing that her efforts had paid off and her foundation was protected. Only 1 month ago, the situation seemed bleak. She was told to give Blackstock almost $200,000 each month for spousal support. And this amount would be a lot for anyone. But for Kelly, with 2 young kids to look after, it was a huge burden. Papers from court showed her finances. Kelly made over $2.4 million every month. The numbers were impressive, but it was her skills, effort, and many nights of not sleeping that got her to that level of success. One of the key wins in this ruling was that she was able to retain her Montana ranch. The ranch, which was a large and stunning property, was bought with her money. Although Blackstock had been living there, he attempted to contest the prenuptial agreement, wanting to split their assets and her earnings evenly. Nevertheless, the judge supported Kelly. The ranch belonged entirely to her, and she had the option to sell it. Kelly saw the Montana ranch as more than just property. It symbolized her freedom and dreams of starting a family. It was a testament to her perseverance and determination to hold on to what she had worked hard for. The divorce process was very difficult and painful. The marriage was officially over after the judge declared it bifurcated. This legal step finalized the separation. Although she was still hurting emotionally, this decision brought her a sense of closure. Kelly was given primary custody of her two children, River, age 7, and Remington, age 5.